With each year that passes, Subaru is moving further and further away from the company it used to be. The STI's role has been taken by ultra-safe, reliable and spacious crossovers. This rendering has a little bit of both. X-Tomy Design took one look at the brand new Subaru Forester and decided to give it the STI treatment. This includes a fictional body kit, which adds side skirts, aero bumpers, and body-colored fender flares. The STI sedan's latest wheel design, combined with a bold grille, further transformed the Forester into a performance SUV. This segment definitely exists right now. Volkswagen plans to drop the 2.5-liter TFSI under the hood of the Tiguan R, perhaps giving it as much as 400 horsepower. There's also the Spanish Ertiga Cupra, not to mention all those ultra-fast German 4X4s. However, the Forester STI existed even before there was a Tiguan. Back in 2004, the model debuted in Japan with the same 2.5-liter turbo engine as the Impreza, though export models got less. It was about as fast as today's Golf R, and pretty light too. Sadly, the company has lost its performance prowess. The new SUV we saw in New York last month had only a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter with 182 horsepower and 176 pounds-ft of torque. Gone is the 250 horsepower Forester 20 XT, apparently killed by lack of demand. Even if Subaru were to muster all its engineering strength, we doubt they would compete with the Germans. Hit the accelerator hard on a modern WRX and you are presented with harsh noises or turbo lag. The Germans have gotten so much better at the game that customers simply cannot live without their quality interiors and creamy powertrains. Based on current prices, a Forester STI would cost about $45,000. Sure, it might carve some corners, but few people would buy a family car that rattles your bones and bruises your liver. So it's probably for the best that this rendering stays just that.
Nissan Leaf sales have been jolted back to life in the automaker's home market after the launch of the latest generation of the all-electric vehicle. The company now confirms having sold over 100,000 Leafs in Japan since original launch and are preparing to launch 3 more EVs in the market. The first generation of the Leaf was launched in Japan in 2010 and now they have delivered over 320,000 units all over the world, including 100,000 in the home market of Japan alone. Asako Hoshino, Senior Vice President at Nissan and head of the Operations Committee for Japan, made the announcement today. He said, "We're excited to reach the 100,000 vehicle milestone for sales of the Nissan Leaf in our home market of Japan, and this wouldn't have been possible without our customers, who have embraced this great car. The era of electric vehicles is here." As a technology leader, Nissan will continue to work on Nissan Intelligent Mobility initiatives to deliver products and services that exceed customer expectations. But the Leaf has been Nissan's flagship EV for so long without any other passenger electric car from the Japanese brand. Last year, the Renault, Nissan and Mitsubishi Alliance announced that it will launch 12 new all-electric vehicles within the next 5 years. Now, Nissan specifically says that it will itself launch 3 new EVs and 5 new e-Power models in Japan by 2022. Daniel Schillaci, Nissan's Executive Vice President for Global Marketing, Sales and Zero-Emission Vehicles, made the announcement in line with their MOVE goals and a new retail strategy. He said, "It's our domestic market. We are proud that Japan is leading the way forward when it comes to Nissan Intelligent Mobility. This vision is changing the customer experience by delivering technologies and services that are making their lives better and also enabling steady profitable growth through Nissan MOVE." To 2022. The company reiterated its goal to sell 1 million electrified vehicles, e-Power and EVs, globally per year by the end of the plan.
with this being the 60th anniversary of Subaru and the 50th anniversary of the company in the US. Incoming Subaru of America CEO Tom Doldy noted the 2019 version of the Forester will focus on fighting driver fatigue, thanks to a long list of safety features. On the safety front, all Foresters will come standard with EyeSight driver assist technology, which includes automatic pre-collision braking, adaptive cruise control, lane departure and sway warning, lane keep assist, pre-collision throttle management and LED vehicle start alert. Driver Focus, a new monitoring system that uses facial recognition to determine if the driver is getting fatigued or becomes distracted, is expected to be offered when it comes to Canada. Driver Focus can also recognize 5 different drivers and remember seat, climate, mirror and audio preferences. All Subaru models are powered by a 2.5-liter, 4-cylinder boxer engine that produces 182 horsepower and 176 pounds-per-foot of torque compared to 170 horsepower and 174 pounds-per-foot of torque in the 2018 Forester. With the redesign, Subaru has added more room in the Forester for passengers in the back seat and an additional 1.9 cubic feet of space in the cargo area, increasing it to 76.1 cubic feet. Subaru says the added space will allow a golfer to load a golf bag in the rear without tilting it. As well as making the interior more spacious, Subaru says it has made it quieter because the new global platform has been designed to resist noise, vibration and harshness, making it easier to have a conversation inside the vehicle. When you get behind the wheel, Subaru says drivers will notice the blend of an SUV's capability with car-like handling. That, says Subaru, is due to the all-wheel drive, which monitors acceleration, deceleration, cornering and traction to transfer power to the wheels for the best grip. The Go Anywhere Forester, with 8.7 inches of ground clearance, is a very important vehicle for the company. If the reaction to the new Forester by the car-buying public follows the reaction from journalists who attend the unveiling, Subaru will have no trouble continuing its sales growth with the Forester. The new SUV will go on sale in the fall. While no price is available, Subaru executives said it will be competitive with other SUVs on the market.
Tesla Model 3 critic and Detroit veteran Sandy Munro discussed much of the results of his company's teardown of the electric car in a recent episode of Autoline After Hours. In a lengthy discussion with the network's panel, Munro explained what he liked about electric car, even gushing at one point and saying that the Model 3 electronics are comparable to a flight controller found on the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II stealth multi-role fighter. In his most recent Autoline interview, Munro noted that his team is almost finished with its analysis and teardown of the electric car. While the Detroit veteran still maintained that he doesn't have much good to say about the vehicle's mechanical components, the Model 3's electronics, battery, and suspension are a completely different matter. According to Munro, the Model 3's automatic drive modules are a class above the industry, featuring a design architecture that is usually found on high-end electronics and government-grade machines. Munro even compared the Model 3's drive module to the flight controller of the F-35, which he is familiar with due to his company's work for the U.S. military. Munro said, "If you look at this thing, this is cell phone technology. This is the technology we would see in really high-end computers, normally for the government. When you look at this, you're looking at the same kind of technology you'd see on a flight controller for an F-35, and we kind of know a little bit about that too. We do work for the military. Everything here smacks of cell phone technology and defense technology." The Detroit veteran further stated that Tesla could very well be the leader in battery tech today. According to Munro, prior to tearing down the Model 3, he believed that LG's battery modules used in the Chevy Bolt EV are the best in the industry. Tesla's batteries, however, are on a completely new level. Monroe was particularly impressed with the differential between each one of the Model 3's battery blocks. Monroe said, "We went through there, and the difference was 0.2 milliamps. Holy, nobody can balance batteries that close. Nobody's ever done that." Apart from the Model 3's battery and its electronics, Monroe also noted that the suspension for the Model 3 was excellent. The teardown specialist went so far as to state that the person who designed the car's suspension could easily be an F1 prince. Overall, however, Monroe maintained that the Model 3 is weighed down by its substandard fit and finish. The Detroit veteran said that if Tesla had been more deliberate on the Model 3's more basic, mechanical aspects such as its panels and its doors, the vehicle could easily bring competitors to their knees. Monroe even noted that if an experienced contract manufacturer had worked on the Model 3's body, the Elon Musk firm would have hit every target and even Toyota would be crapping their pants. He said, "Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, that's what they are." And that's the good thing for the auto industry, because if it would have just been a normal car from the mechanical side, from, like I say, the dinosaur technologies, if it came out decent with all the other stuff, they'd mop the floor with everybody. Overall, Monroe ultimately concluded that the Model 3 is a car that the industry should not dismiss, and that anyone in the automotive business who chooses to ignore Tesla's progress is doing so at their own peril. Monroe said, "Anybody that doesn't look at the electronics on the Tesla Model 3 is out of his mind. They're in peril. This is not some Mickey Mouse outfit that you can just dismiss. Anybody that's in the car industry that ignores this car is doing it at their own peril." Sandy Monroe is the CEO of Monroe & Associates, a company specializing in vehicle teardowns and analysis. Previously featured in two of Autoline's YouTube segments about the Model 3, Monroe took a very critical stance on the electric car's build quality, calling the Model 3 a miserable job and admitting that he hated some of the vehicle's design elements. In a later video about the Model 3's ride and drive, however, Monroe admitted that while the vehicle's fit and finish were horrible, its handling and performance were great.